Hello and welcome to my channel, Paranormal Oracle. This is going to be a pick a card reading for the month of mid-June through mid-July 2022. Pick one of the stones here, courage, love, or change. And I want to caution you, don't pick love because you're looking for love. It doesn't work that way. It's just get out of your head and go with whatever word actually resonates with you, body and soul, okay? And then I'm going to do a reading. And I apologize, I'm not doing my normal longer readings, but I am in the middle of a move and things are kind of crazy and hectic for me right now. But I wanted to get something out there. So with that, I want to thank you all for being here, and I want to ask that if you could, I would very much appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and comment down below. I would love to hear from you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pick 3 cards for each stone that's chosen. So 3 cards for the people who chose courage, 3 cards for the people who chose love, 3 cards for the people who chose change, and we're going to do a reading based on those 3 cards. So thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. All right, for those of you who chose courage, let's do your reading. And again, this is for the period of mid-June 2022 through mid-July 2022. But I hold that whenever you come upon this reading, and if it resonates, then it's meant for you. All right, so I'm going to pull 3 cards. Cut them first. 1, reptilians. 2, winged humanoid. And 3, automatic writing. All right. So for those of you who chose courage, let's take a look at your cards. We have reptilians, negative intentions. We have winged humanoid, scrupulous honesty. And we have automatic writing, remember who you are. So what comes up for me, my courageous people, is I feel that during this period from mid-June to mid-July, there's going to be some kind of upset that comes in the realm of relationships for you. I kind of feel like, and I almost feel like it's more with more than one person. I kind of feel like it could be family, not necessarily, it could be work, but it feels like arguments and discord. Let me just turn this light off because I'm getting too much glare. Once again, I apologize for my lack of video prowess. I'm doing the best I can, but I'm trying to improve. And now that I'm moving, hopefully I can, maybe get some better equipment, educate myself a little more. So anyway, back to your reading. I do feel that there's going to be some sort of discord arising for you. It doesn't feel earth-shaking, but it feels upsetting. I feel, especially the sensitive among you, of which if you're on this channel, probably that's all of you. I do feel that this is upsetting to you. And somebody involved here, really the crux of the problem is they have negative intentions. They're not being completely honest about what it is they are about. That's what I'm getting. Excuse me, that's what I'm getting. And the second card, of course, is winged humanoid, which is about scrupulous honesty. So I feel that the advice you're getting from the universe is, don't necessarily believe somebody when they're trying to convince you of what a good person they are or that they have good intentions, because I feel like there are definitely negative intentions involved. There's definitely something being hidden. And I don't feel like, oh my God, it's a big lie and your whole life is a lie and oh my God, this is horrible. No, that's not what I feel at all. I feel as though they are hiding from you and possibly from themselves and everyone else too, who they really are. But I also feel that they may be hiding their own intentions, and that their intentions are not necessarily good. There may be some element here of like a revenge feeling is what comes through to me, like in terms of negative intentions, it could be that, I'm not looking for love, light, and purity. I'm looking to get back at somebody, or I'm looking to cause somebody heartache or something like that. I don't feel like that somebody is necessarily you. I really don't. I feel like there's a person in your life who has this attitude, this aspect to them. I don't feel that it's directed at you, but I do feel that it causes problems for you. I just feel my energy being dissipated. I do feel like this is family for most of you, and it's very draining. So, prepare yourself, because I think in this time period, issues that arise, and I feel like this is nothing new for you. This is a perennial issue that comes up with this person or these people. For that reason, I kind of feel like it's family, because I feel like it rises again and again and again. It's always a problem. And the problem really is this. It's that they don't have the good intentions in life, They are trying to protect themselves, but they're going about it like not in a good way. So this last card, automatic writing, remember who you are. Remember that you're a spiritual person. You're a person who sees further than just this. You're a person who will only allow themselves to be affected just so far by just this. And that could be something you're learning, like right now, that's what you're going through, learning how the impact these other people's problems are having on you, And, ironically, it's going to take some courage to face this, to deal with this. And not let yourself get sucked in by it, I kind of have the sense here that you've either had to defend this person in the past, or you've had to defend other people against this person in the past, or from this person in the past. And I feel like this has been a problem that comes up over and over and over and over and over again, and it's just wearing you down. It could be that, we've come to a point now where you're finally going to deal with this. And dealing with this really is going to be about boundaries, isn't it? It's going to be about how much of yourself you allow this person to own, how much of your time, effort, energy, thoughts you allow this person to own, And so that's all down to you and establishing boundaries. And, there are rules for boundaries. One is that boundaries have to be concrete. They can't just be sort of like, oh yeah, I'm going to have boundaries with this person now. No. In your mind, you have to establish how much contact you can have with them and what that contact is going to be like, and it's got to be very real, very concrete. Boundaries also cannot be negotiable, You decide them, and that's what they are. You don't even have to really tell the person, You just have to establish them yourself. So I kind of feel like that's what this whole reading is about for you. It's about boundaries. And it's interesting that you got automatic writing too, because this would probably be a good therapeutic practice to sit down and write about this situation. Sit down and see what comes out. There's a really great old-fashioned, like back to the 70s kind of therapeutic writing practice called proprioceptive writing. That's proprioceptive, P-R-O-P-R-I-O, proprio, C-E-P-T-I-V-E. That's C-E-P-T-I-V-E, proprioceptive writing. And it just means bringing all parts of yourself into the writing. And you do this by sitting down for no more than 30 minutes, setting a timer, putting on some kind of Baroque music. Baroque music because it's entrained with the human heart. There are other kinds of music also that are entrained with the human heart. I don't know what they are though, so you can find Baroque music on YouTube. And just sit down and write for 30 minutes. And, maybe write about the subject and just see what comes up for you, One of the tricks with proprioceptive writing is when you get stuck, you might come to a place where like, oh, I just can't stand it when and you sort of lose your momentum, like, because you're going to write like as fast as you're writing a note, like I went to the store for milk. Keep up that pace of writing and don't put your pen down. Don't stop. Don't think. Just let it flow out. Well, if you do get stuck, just go back over what you've just written and say, what do I mean by blah, 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 and then see what comes out. It's really about getting to the subconscious. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog groaning. He's playing with a toy and makes him groan. Don't know why. So at any rate, thank you very much. I really appreciate your being here this month, and I look forward to doing my standard reading, hopefully next month. Thank you, Courage. And hello, lovers, those of you who chose the stone love. This is your reading for mid-June 2022 through mid-July 2022. And we're going to begin by pulling 3 cards, and we will see what the universe or the paranormal oracle has to tell you for this month. I apologize for my groaning dog. He's got a toy that he really loves, but for some reason, when he loves a toy, he groans at it. I don't know. Don't ask me why. 1, channeling. 2, lake monster. All right, Loki, enough. 3, Nordics. Okay. Hopefully you can see these. Let me move them over a little more. Okay. Channeling lake monster Nordics. All right. So not too different than the senses I had with the stone before yours, which was courage. It feels as though it has to do with some kind of discord on a personal level that's going to be coming up for you, lovers, this month. And I feel as though it's almost on a grand scale. Like it almost feels like it's with a group of people or against a group or something like this. What's coming to me is I'm standing up for myself, I'm standing aside, I'm standing apart from a group. It kind of feels like family, but not necessarily. And of course, this is a reading for, presumably the whole planet. So it's going to be different for everyone. But that's the sensation I'm getting, that I'm taking myself and I'm standing apart. I'm standing for my own values, my own convictions, and this is causing some sort of discord with others. I'm sure more will reveal itself. And I'm drawn first to the Lake Monster card. A calm surface conceals an intense emotions. Okay, so what comes up for me with this is like, it's almost like something out of character. Like you stood up for yourself out of character. And oh my goodness, I'm really getting reflections of courage who came before you, whose whole reading was about boundaries. And I feel like yours to some degree is as well, creating boundaries with this group of people. Okay, next I'm drawn to channeling, connect with a higher vibration. So I kind of feel like you do, or you did connect with a higher vibration, or you will connect with a higher vibration. And to some degree, that's the problem. Whether this is a spiritual group or a church group or something like that, I'm not really sure. I'm waiting for this to become clearer. And then the last card here is Nordics, a renewed love of mankind. This makes me feel like this is on a large scale, like with people on a large scale. I don't know what this is. Is it something political, something religious, something like that? And I get this sense like I'm revealing who I truly am, maybe for the first time with this group or with these people or with my family. I'm standing apart. I'm almost like I'm coming out in one way or another, in whatever capacity that might be. I'm feeling a little bit of heartbreak attached to that for you. I'm feeling a little bit of disappointment. I'm feeling a little bit of a need for support that's not there. So however this resonates with you, I just have to say it. I can't sit here and apply my logic to it if it's not making logical sense to me, because it's not for me. So that can be a mistake that somebody who's doing readings can make, trying to make a story where it's not your story. So it's not going to make sense to you. So for you people who chose love, this is what I feel. I feel like if nothing else resonates with you in this message, hear this. You need to direct love towards yourself. And it's interesting that perhaps, it's interesting, excuse my wire, it's interesting that you chose this stone that's love, because the love needs to be self-directed. The love needs to be directed inwards. And that's kind of what I feel is going on here. I feel like, you need to engage in self-love in a big way. It feels like this is really, really lacking, and you may not even recognize that fact. Okay, so whatever this is about this despondency, about the discord between you and this group or this family or this club or this organized religion, whatever this is, the answer is going to be one thing across the board, whether it resonates or not, and that is self-love. You've got to turn it back on yourself. That's going to be the answer. That's going to put mankind itself back in good stead with you. Renewed love of mankind is going to come from renewed love of the self. So I'm sorry it's such a kind of convoluted, vague message, my lovers, but that's what I'm getting for you. So I would really appreciate if some of you would at least let me know how this plays out, what this actually means for you between mid-June and mid-July or whenever. And with that, I'm going to say I wish you the best of luck, and I wish you a good month. Thank you. And welcome, my changer people, those who selected change as their pile of cards. Going to pull 3 cards and see what Paranormal Oracle has to say for you. This is your reading from mid-June 2022 to mid-July 2022. Once again, I apologize for this shortened, brief reading, but I am in the process of moving and my head is like all on my shoulders. So here are your 3 cards, and we will see what we make of them. Okay, Doppelganger comes up first. Integrate all parts of yourself. This is really funny. The last reading, the love reading, had a lot to do with the reading before, which was courage, had a lot to do with boundaries for both of them, but the love reading went on more towards self-love, and they also even got the same card, renewed love of mankind. And I feel like your reading is playing off of that reading, and then whatever comes up for you as well. But there's also this need for self-love that I'm feeling, this need for self-nurturing, self-fulfillment, something along these lines is the first thing that comes up for me. I thought it was going to be about change because the other 2 also seem to work in terms of the word on the stone, but that's not what I'm getting for you. I'm getting a need for, well, it could be change. Maybe you need to change in that respect. Self-love, self-acceptance, self-fulfillment. And I feel like this is crucially important for somebody who's listening to this right now. Crucially important that you engage in self-love, self-acceptance. I don't care who you are, what you look like, what you do, how you came to be, what your past is. You can love yourself, and you can accept yourself. It's free to do, and it will change your life. It will change the way you see the rest of the world. Renewed love of mankind can't happen until we have renewed love of the self. So doppelganger, integrate all parts of yourself. So the first thing that comes up for me, I mean, this is pretty obvious. There's something about compartmentalizing. I'm this person at work. I'm this person at home. I'm this person with my friends. I'm this person with my spouse. I'm a totally another person with my kids. And what they're saying is that's not a good way to get to self-love. To get to self-love, you have to see and recognize yourself as the same person, basically in all aspects of your life. Now, of course, we tweak things a little bit, but this, to me, this speaks about a person who has compartmentalized their life way too much. We're all a little bit different with our parents than we are with our children, right? We're different with our spouse or our lover than we are with a person we meet in the grocery store, of course. But what this really addresses is being too compartmentalized in your life, keeping this separate from this separate from this, because you never want to see these people, You never want to have these people see who you are with those people. That's what we're talking about here. So if there's any of that going on with you, this is a message to, tone that down, work on integrating yourself. Work on just being the person you are. And the thing is, you have to know yourself in order to do that. So there's a journey of self-expression, self-exploration, self-knowledge, which ironically, can be about journaling, which is something in common with the last reading. Can be about writing about who you are. You can experience who you are through journaling, through meditation, through any kind of creative endeavor, So it'd be a good month to start up on that, to really start exploring yourself and who you are. Explore your psychic gifts. Your spiritual gifts are required. So I think for a lot of you, that's what this is about, that you've been repressing part of yourself that is a psychic, that perhaps, needs to use those gifts, perhaps needs to explore these things about yourself. Your clairaudience, clairvoyance, claircognizance. Maybe it's time for you to start looking into ways of training your intuition, looking into ways to learn mediumship skills, whatever you're drawn to. If you're drawn to something, that means that's your path. It's not like, kind of like a lot of us were taught in previous generations, oh, everybody wants to do that, so don't go there, do something different. Well, if that's your gift, that's your gift. It doesn't matter. There's a place for you. There's a place for you. There's abundance in the world. There's enough for everyone, Your path is going to be different than the next person's path, perhaps to psychic wisdom. Maybe you want to be a writer. Your path to being a writer is different than the next guy's path, So I kind of get the feeling that some of you need to hear that as well. So again, a little bit like the last reading, it's a little bit chaotic for me, but I have to remind myself that it's not my reading. It's not for me. So if I can't make sense of it, that's okay, because it will make sense for whomever it is intended for. And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much, my changers. And I guess in the end, change is a good word for you to take with you, because there is something here that needs to change. If it's decompartmentalizing yourself, accepting yourself, pursuing those things, pursuing your gifts, pursuing who it is you really are, pursuing your spiritual gifts, well, that may require some change. So with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again next month.